Rangers, welcome to Super Unimportant Reviews. My name is Shin.
And my name is Red.
And hopefully nobody interrupts us today. Because it seems like every time that we try to do one of these videos in the past couple weeks, it always seems to get interrupted by somebody.
So we're just going to try to hurry this video up before somebody else gets here. So anyways, today we'll be going over...
How's it going, fellas?
Oh, Mother bless it.
Which NECA alien are we reviewing today?
As a matter of fact, it's not actually a NECA. Because today we'll be going over the SH MonsterArts Big Chap from the film Alien.
I still don't see what the big deal is. He just looks like a smaller NECA to me. Which is still not quite as good as the Square Enix aliens.
Well, as you can see, you are correct that the MonsterArts one is not quite as big as the NECA. As you can see here with the Isolation alien, which is sort of the closest thing Steve has to a Big Chap right now. At least in the scale.
Pretty much the benefit that you get from picking up the MonsterArts version over, say, the NECA is that this actually came with accessories. Like the stand here to actually help hold it up, which is actually really great to see come with these. Because even the NECAs have a hard time standing by themselves. And because you can't actually use the tails for these Xenos to help support them. Because the tail is segmented with ball joints and not actually a wire tail, which doesn't give you nearly as much strength for using it as a stand.
And for its hand accessories out of the package, it comes with a pair of hands with closed fingers and a pair of hands with a little bit more expanded fingers.
Oh yeah, but detail-wise it doesn't look like anything fancy. It doesn't even have the black spray paint over top of the dome. Cause who actually wants to be able to see the skull inside the head? It sort of takes away from the mystery.
Yeah, well, anyways, for the sculpt, it's more or less similar to a NECA. But what's nice to see is that even in a smaller scale, the head and body still hold a lot of the same attention to detail. But sculpt-wise, it is pretty much on point with what you see with the NECA. But one could argue that the paint job is maybe a little bit better on this one than what you get with the stateside versions.
And then for its articulation, we're going to have Steve kind of help out with this. But it's actually not quite as smooth as what you get with the NECA. There's a little bit of play with it. You can get the meanie mouth to come out. It's a bit of a pain though. Just a bit. You kind of got to work it. Steve might get this figured out eventually. Ah, there we go. Got it out. All right, good to go. He's got it spit. You can also articulate this back section to get a little bit more play out of it. Arms can go up and down, all the way around, double jointed elbows. Hands can rotate. It's got a lot of play at the waist. The tubes are even articulated, which is cool. Can rotate a little bit side to side. Legs. Can shift up and down a little bit. Can't really go side to side. A little bit of a wiggle. Can go decent forward kick. Really weird back kick. And for the tail, again, it's on ball joints. So this will pop apart pretty easily, and it doesn't really hold its pose, which is probably the biggest negative when comparing this to, say, the NECA. But then again, it also has some really nice feet articulation, so props. So overall, this guy's not too bad. He's got a couple of pros and cons when compared to the NECA ones.
And he generally runs about the same price. You can usually find this guy for somewhere between 30 to 50 bucks. And if you really like the MonsterArts line, he's a cool addition to your collection.
But if you just want a good Big Chap, there are other options available.
Like me.
We said Big Chap, not Alien Disgrace from the horrible video game that should have been on a previous console.
It wasn't that bad.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This would have been up a day in advance on Patreon, so if you guys like to help support the channel and see this stuff earlier, make sure to go donate. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button. Subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.